bottom line. Okay, this will be a spoiler review, but it'll be mostly a spoiler for season 1, right? And it's not even that much of a spoiler, right? But I think this poster very much sums up season 2. I know, Peacemaker. Now, listen, I am unreservedly a fan of James Gunn. I have no shame in being a fan of James Gunn. I've liked pretty much everything James Gunn has done. Obviously, I first saw him in Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians 2 was not as good, but good enough, right? It was a fun, entertaining ride. I loved the Guardians Christmas special. That's just lovely, right? And I really liked his Suicide Squad, right? And all these, again, what do I like about his work? I find his characters both lovable and relatable through strong writing, right? And funny, essentially funny, right? And that is the DNA of a James Gunn characters. And I think a lot of realism and honesty, right? But I think it's just like poking fun at who we are. In a good way, right? In a good way. It's like from a more existential point of view, I think it's James Gunn's way of relating to life and going, wow, that's bonkers. Which oftentimes it is, right? Oftentimes it is. Anyway. So to put it in context, let's do a quick recap of the Suicide Squad, which is where James Gunn came into the DCU. I see people shitting on Superman all the time. What's wrong with that? I like it. I'm sorry. Okay, I will concede it's not cinematic gold, right? Where I think the Christopher Reeve one is. It was like but it was fun. It did its job, right? It did its job. Tzvi Lebetkin sounds like the staircase from Family Guy. I don't know what we're talking about. Yes, there are Rabbi and are not people out there listening to mainstream media anymore. Well, that is true. But I found Nerdrotic, for example, to be really mainstream media. Like, wow. Oh, mainstream. Mainstream media's dead as a dawn. Because, like, why? It's not that interesting. They're lying to your face and everybody knows it, right? I mean, essentially. Oh, my former couch. There you go. Thank you. Sorry. Yes, like the staircase in Family Guy. Very good. Okay, back to Peacemaker. I'm easily distracted. Okay, I think that's fair to say. I'm easily distracted. Peacemaker. Fine. So Peacemaker, we first hoved interview in the Suicide Squad, which was James Gunn's introduction to the DC universe. I think it's a solid movie, right? I think it's a solid movie. I like the way they transparently replaced Will Smith with Idris Elba, who clearly Will Smith wouldn't come in to join them do the movie, right? But they introduced, and I like the way they introduced Idris Elba by giving him, each of these operatives are completely unique. I want to say, okay, the beginning of the Suicide Squad is an awesome, right? You got all these like weird superheroes that you've never seen before gearing up for a mission. What's his name? Guy from Saturday Night Live who is clearly mentally ill. Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson is not well, right? Pete Davidson is not well. I'm not going to carry in your earpiece here, but you've got about 20 seconds. Well, I know. But this is one thing I wanted to get to. Pete Davidson is clearly mentally unwell, right? But he's very talented, so he's in that. And they go on this mission to an island, and they will get decimated, essentially, apart from Harley Quinn. And I do like how they killed off Boomerang in the opening minutes, right? And then it goes, but the real teams, it turns out they're all distraction. The real team's over there. Part of the real team is Peacemaker. But the way they introduce Idris Elba, they say everyone's got a unique backstory, and they describe his back like he was trained to kill from the moment he was born. He's a weapon expert. And then they come to Peacemaker, and they say exactly the same thing, right? But he's essentially the villain in that movie to a great extent because there's a alien organism that's turned into a giant kaiju, right? And it's there because of, what's it, Argus? Well, I think it's Argus, who's there, America, right? And they're there to like destroy the creature and cover it all up, essentially. And they want to expose Argus. And so Peacemaker's on the side of Argus, and he has this big fight with Rick Flag, played by, what's his name? It was the guy from the first season of Altered Carbon, or the only good season of Altered Carbon. Joel Kinnaman, right? Is in the rather poor RoboCop remake, right? Joel Kinnaman, and he kills it, right? And he's clearly hurt and racked with grief about this, but essentially he's a villain, right? And you think he's killed in that, but then Peacemaker comes up. He's got Peacemaker's got bipolar disorder, says PD Rich. I wonder if it's chemically induced or not. Well, I think it's chemically massaged, right? So then Peacemaker season 1, it turns out he's not dead, he's still alive. And they spent most of the season not dismissing the bad behavior of this character, but actually playing up to a great extent, but like contextualizing it so you basically end up falling in love with it. Right, and I just think that's fantastic writing. So they address this in the opening moments of Peacemaker season 2 and the recap, and the recap's on a really clever spot at one point, and it just shows you the kind of vibe of this. At one point, he's going to a bunch of 5-year-olds in school being a show and tell about being a superhero. So they're asking him about himself, and they use that to frame the previously on Peacemaker. Right, and do you have a pet? It says Eagly. Eagly is one of the greatest characters on TV. It's got to be completely CGI. It's Peacemaker's eagle, who just loves him, and you love Eagly, and he's very, very violent. Right. So anyway, he's let out of jail, and you get to find out more about his life. You find out that his father, played by Robert, it's not Robert Pattinson. The T2000. What's it called again? We'll go Terminator 2. It's not Robert Pattinson. It's like close to that. Robert Patrick. Oh, come on. Oh, fucking close. Man, it's fucking blimey. Edward Furlong looks like he'd been fucked in the ass by a time there. Bloody hell. Anyway, Robert Patrick plays his father, who's this awful white supremacist. Right, very, very well, right, and he was the most evil, nasty father. He hates Peacemaker. He's always hated him, but also he's like this weird super genius. He's got a door into a pocket dimension, which opens up this massive, like, space where he makes Peacemaker these like super sci-fi helmets that can do different things, like make everybody blow up around them or something, whatever, a sonic blast, that was it, and or can make them fly, can do all these different kind of things. But again, he's a white supremacist and generally speaking, awful, right? You have to know this to understand what the review of the episode, right? And he did train. He did train his son in all these martial arts and weaponry from an early age, but. He did it essentially because he's a white supremacist and would take over the world. But also he has a brother, and he used to make the father used to make the brothers fight each other for like prize fights for cash. And Peacemaker accidentally killed his brother when he was young, which is somewhat his origin story, right? And so you get to see him. He's a guy who like very damaged, who has a really good heart, who wants to be good, and just doesn't know how not to be a schmuck. Right, but like again, you kind of fall in love with the character. Other characters are the black girl. It was Amanda Waller's daughter. I don't think what's her name? I don't think she's in this season. She's replaced by Frank Grillo playing Rick Flag, the father. Oh, yeah, the father of the guy that Peacemaker killed in the movie. Right, so he's got a hard on to get Peacemaker back behind bars. Then you got the super hot chick is James Gunn's girlfriend or wife, Jennifer Holland, and she is smoking. There is she must be a dancer because she does incredible action fight sequences. Like they're just absolutely fantastic, right? So well choreographed, just works. The other superhero is Vigilante, Complete reinvention from the comic, right? Vigilante is like essentially, look, Peacemaker's a redneck, and this is redneck superheroes, right? And that's his friend who's a psychopathic killer. But very very upbeat. And finally, it's the guy with the beard. He's like a tech support. He still works Argus. So what happened is at the end of the season they exposed Argus about what they were doing. Oh yeah. So yeah, here's the point. And and then right at the end, they say, "Oh, can't you call like Justice League to come and help out?" And at the end of that, you actually see Justice League. Then Jason Momoa does a cameo, essentially because Peacemaker has been telling everybody that Aquaman fucks fish, and he said, "I don't fuck fish. Fuck you." Right? They fly off, but that forever puts it not in the James Gunn universe. That puts it in the Zack Snyder universe, right? So he's always said, "Oh, that's like." Mostly in the new DCU. So what they've done, it opens up. They've reshot that ending, and instead of Aquaman, Jason Momoa, it's Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, right? So, which I think is very cool. I think it's very cool, and it's the Justice Gang from the Superman movie, Mr. Terrific. Superman, generally speaking, I thought that really generally worked. Anyway, okay, fine. With all that backstory, fine. Now we can explain again. Why do we need all that backstory? Because James Gunn is actually a writer, right? And you need to. And this is like chapter 2, as it were. Everything's built on what became before, and none of that is disposable, right? And again, I have people shitting that Superman movie. I don't get it. I think it was a solid piece of work that really did its job. That's one man's opinion. So there's fallout from the first season. Is essentially everybody apart from the guy with the red beard is unemployed, and they're all trying to find new things. So you got was it? Harcourt is the name of the character, Jennifer Holland character. She can't get hired in any. She's like this super spy, can't get hired anywhere, and she's getting increasingly frustrated. And they had this massive bar brawl scene in it, and she's just kind of blowing off steam, right? Which I thought was excellent, right? Again, she must be a dancer. Okay, well, before I get really into the review. The overview of this is the episode 1 of season 2 was not as good as season 1. I hope it's going to get, once I see where it's going to get better. And it certainly ended on a high, right? Spoilers, right? There's a lot of spoilers going on, right? It certainly ended on the last half of it was excellent. I mean, like really, really sad. But you got to know all that backstory to be able to appreciate this story, I think, anyway. So we got her. She has a big bar fight, but essentially it opens up and it's raining out or snowing out, and now he's sorry, I forgot this whole plot point in the first season. Spoiler. His father has been building this super suit to essentially become this white supremacist superhero and kill Peacemaker, and he tries to kill him, and Peacemaker ends up killing his father. Right. So now he's living in his father's house, right? Yeah. Oh, my daughter's here. How you doing, darling? I was telling everybody about your caravan.
Oh, hello. It's great about my caravan.
Yeah.
I'm going out.
Well, I can see. Bloody hell.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving Lola and my gun here.
Okay, Lola I can deal with. You can't tell your mother, right?
Here's one of these.
Hey, Lola. Hey, Lola. How you doing, darling?
I'll come back in a few hours to the car.
Okay. Hi, me, darling. Okay. The Kids Academy success in the orgy. Haven't got up there yet. I'm totally dealing with my daughter's dog. Okay, fine. Hi. I'm going to leave you my gun and my dog to look after. Got you, baby. Got you. Only on this channel can you get such things. Anyway, I digress. Oh yeah, he doesn't want to take Eagle is like wants to go out to fly, right? So he takes him instead of taking him out because it's raining, he takes him into the pocket universe with all the technology. He goes flying all around it, right? And as he's looking all around it, he finds another door that looks similar to his door, and he has to put a code in to get through, right? And he won 15. Thank you, Darren M. I can make it. I can do it, damn it. I'm going to finish this review and tell you how to save Doctor Who before I get in that channel, right? That's going to happen, right? And he, looks in there, and he's basically in another universe, and he sees his father there, right? His father is alive in this other universe. He's freaked out and he leaves, right? Okay. So, I mean, look, okay. The second half of the episode is he ends up having to go through go into that other universe, and it's really it's a very emotional journey because he goes there and it's his father's there, and his father always hated him, loves him here, and they're living in this beautiful house, and they're like the three buddies or something that solve that are great superheroes that everybody loves. And then the third one shows up, and it's his brother, right, who he accidentally killed when they were kids. And so this is everything he's always wanted all his life, right? Genuinely, everything all his wanted, and it's he's in absolute awe. That universe, universe's version of Peacemaker was away, right? The reason the door looks similar because by his door, he's got like a whole like lineup of Peacemaker helmets, all can do different things. And he found another lineup of some very, very similar helmets, right? So, yeah. So again, it's a very powerful emotional scene, right? Because he can't speak, he doesn't know what to say, and again, this is everything he always wanted all his life, right? And again, I think it's it's genuinely beautiful. So then, which gets shattered by the Peacemaker of that universe showing up and a massive fight, right? The massive fight. So again, major spoilers, okay? I can't say any more than that, right? I am definitely 100% about to spoil this if you haven't seen it, right? So they get this extended fight with the alt universe Peacemaker and Peacemaker. He rushes back to I forgot about the orgy scene. Peacemaker's feeling a bit depressed. He starts smoking weed. He finds some coke for emergencies only. Next thing you know, there's an orgy going on all around him, right? And it's like very full on. I heard people complain that this is, you can't do Superman, which is kiddie, and then do the next thing, which is this, which is filthy, right? That's actually a fair criticism, but I can't. This is what the DCU has. You have family stuff and you have adult stuff, right? Okay, that's what it is. It's what it is. I'm not. Again, people are so ready to shit on this DCU, right? I go by do I enjoy it or not, right? Fine. Where was I at? So he's fighting with alt universe Peacemaker, who's clearly much better, and he makes it through into like the pocket dimension, right, in between the two, which has all this like tech everywhere, and they're fighting in there, and then accidentally, the other Peacemaker is much better. He has a jetpack, right? Accidentally, our Peacemaker makes the other guy's Peacemaker fly up in the air, and he gets impaled on a spike on the ceiling. Right, and he's dead, and he's like, he doesn't know what to do at the end, like, because clearly, he killed this Peacemaker. Does he replace him? Because he would love that life. He would equally. He feels awful for the alt universe brother and alt universe father, right? Or both really good versions. I don't think they're white supremacists in that universe. Right, but it's left it at a very interesting spot, right, which I was reasonably impressed with, right. And again, I like the James Gunn unit. I like James Gunn, right. I'm probably going to like Taika Waititi doing the 2008 universe as well. Genuinely. So is it right? It's not as good as season 1. Is it good? Yes, I thought it was good. Look, again, I would rather watch that and Alien Earth. I mean, they're both on, in the like on right now. I couldn't bring myself to watch Foundation, which is, it's hard to watch Foundation. It is, I've said this many times. Foundation started the first season. You had 1/3 was brilliant, starring Lee Pace as the Emperor of the Universe, right? And then the second third was reasonably shit. You had a Stunning Break Black Girl was a key to everything. But at least you had Jared Harris in that section. So that made it all work. And then you had another Stunning Brave Butch Black Girl who was the key to everything in another section, right? So it was like 2/3 just painful. 1/3 brilliant, right? So second season, they killed off one of the Stunning Brave Black Girls who were key to everything, right? Who had turned out to be the daughter of the other Stunning Brave Black Girls who were key to everything. Made it a bit better, but like seriously, here's the problem. So this year they do. This is what they do, which is interesting. Each year they move the story along a couple of 100 years or so, and yet are able to maintain the same characters, right? You have, again, the Stunning Brave Black Girl keeps putting herself in suspended animation. You have the digital ghost of Jared Harris. You have Lee Pace's Emperor who keeps clothing himself. Degenerating. So you manage to keep constants, but you see how the universe changes and walks. But again, I just find that girl, the Stunning Brave Black Girl, who's the key to everything, too grating, right? And Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I watched the first 3 minutes. I was like, it was Ortega's Sisters Brothers documentary on Star, and I'm like, Starfleet. I'm like, I'm not interested. Like, oh God, I'm just glad the season's nearly fucking over. Peacemaker, right? Peacemaker has released a red band trailer, which I think is fun, right? I think all Peacemaker is fun, genuinely.
What's all this?
I had some people over.
Oh, I see. You have a party. You don't even invite me.
You don't even seem that into sex.
I'm into sex because, like a lot of people, it's an opportunity to bond with my best friend.
That's not like a lot of people.
That's creepy, dude.
We need to find Peacemaker.
And I like the unified approach DC Universe is taking, that across games, TV, and movies, you have the same actor, right? So who's ever playing Rick Flag played him in Creature Commandos.
Like Lex Luthor. He's in possession of some kind of dimensional portal. I don't think you understand how important this is to the world.
Hey. Morning. Fuck you then, you crypt keeper looking bitch.
Now, if you haven't seen this show, firstly, huge recommend. Really, huge recommend. If they're not selling it on Blu-ray and you can't get it legally, I suggest going. I suggest go. What's that, Mister? I just saw something about Rene Auberjonois. What's that? Well, sadly, Mister, won't be Rene Auberjonois. What I'm talking about? Was he that in Fallout? Right? They should have got Ian McShane to play Mr. House. Again, I wish I knew who it was. Anyway, if you haven't seen season 1 or you haven't seen the Suicide Squad, you should. It's a recommend to watch the Suicide Squad and season 1 of Peacemaker, because in Suicide Squad they build him up to be a villain who you absolutely hate. Right? You really genuinely hate him by the end of Suicide Squad. And then in Peacemaker, he remains the same hateful arsehole. But then you get more layers and layers, and you see how he came to be until he becomes a very sympathetic figure, and you love him, right? So, and it's also, it's fun and it's silly.
All right. We're free. We'll fight. Go. We'll sing.
Oh, what the fuck? That was funny.
All I've ever wanted is to be a real hero.
You're one of us. We need you.
You ready for the next adventure, pal? I'm gonna pretend you found that.
Okay, his relationship with Eagly is very similar to my relationship with my cat. Right? It get very weirdly similar.
Not gonna take it anymore.
Fuck off!
Who's that guy?
It's just some rude motherfucker who I say hi to every time and never says hi back.
It's I'm really looking forward to it. That I will be certainly watching. Again, that's why it's such a drag to watch Star Trek. I'm like, there's good things on now. Right, please, JJ. Mothball Starfleet Academy is going to damage the brand even more than it's damaged. Mothball it, right? Okay, this is what you do. Me, JJ, I'm going to help you out big time, right? Skydance, this is what you put it out, but you Mystery Science Theater 3000 it, right? You have silhouettes of get Nerderotic, get that whole crew, just to rip the piss out of it, and they'll do a great job. And more people will like it, right? And again, the more you can admit that you went woke and you're going broke, the more you're going to be able to come back quicker, right? If Kevin Feige just said sorry, the MCU wouldn't be dead, right? Anyway, so there's another piece came out. One of my favorite bits about Peacemaker was the titles, which was everybody who appeared in it did a dance routine. And you can see there were people who were very uncomfortable doing it at the same time. We want Star Trek Frontier and President Archer. I would rather have Star Trek Legacy. Although, apparently, Terry Matalas is involved with Star Trek Frontier with President Archer. Right? Anything Terry Matalas does has my interest. Right? Man's a talent. Man is a big talent. Look, you don't do absolute gold like... Picard season 3, right? Without earning your stripes, right? Yeah, I would rather Legacy, but if they're gonna revisit Archer, what I've always wanted them to do is the Romulan War and how they bring the crew of the Enterprise out of retirement, which I think fits roughly in the timeline, right? To go on one desperate mission with Strad. Maybe that's the destruction of the ends up with the destruction of the NX-01, right? They take the NX-01 on a bold mission to end the Klingon War, right? D. Snyder's woke? No. Oh, P.D. Rich, you're hurting me. D. Snyder went rogue. I think Twisted Sister was one of the... Sorry, turn the camera off, I was so sure. Twisted Sister was one of the first concerts I ever went to when I was a kid. D. Snyder's... Oh, man. That hurts me. Right there. Oh, no. Anyway, so they released this video. Wrong thing. They released this video prepping the behind the scenes of the and making of the opening titles.
Welcome to the new and improved opening dance number for Peacemaker Season 2.
I'm not a dancer, and I warned them.
We'll see.
Still has all those quirky moves. There's hella more people.
This is the first time everyone has been in one room. What's going on here? This is what I have to deal with.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Twirl around the land.
In between takes, we rehearse together.
I've gone over these moves a million
You can really see who's a dancer and who isn't, right? In this.
times.
My favorite part is watching everyone else fail while I really exceed.
Frank Morello, that's who it is.
Don't smile. Totally serious.
We're supposed to keep a neutral face. I find it very difficult.
Keeping the neutral face is what made it awesome.
The Season 1 dance number was a huge hit. We're all trying to put our best feet forward.
Woo! We're having a blast.
What else do you want to know about it?
Looking forward to seeing it. Okay, Peacemaker, I am on board for. Right? I am 100% on board for. Look. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.